Hello, welcome to the daily political tarot readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Today we have the wonderful Sarah who has stopped by. Hey, Sarah's here. It's always a good day when Sarah's here.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness gracious! Hey, Sarah's here. Have we got a few things to cover today?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I mean, I've got looking through the questions for today, it's some of them I kind of just want you here just so I can just keep me safe.
Right.
But anyway, let me just do my thing quickly. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the daily political tarot readings here at the Black and Orange channel. I'm here 365 days of the year, and occasionally the wonderful Sarah comes and joins me. I'm here to take your 12 political questions. I take them out of the chat every day. I don't do personal readings, I'm afraid, but just put your questions in before we go, before I go live at noon, and then during the chat, just anything in all caps is how you talk to me. Other than that, please just type normally. So do not knock over the coffee. That would be bad. If you're watching this on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed out, and I timestamp them as I go. And you can also watch this back on speed. If things, you've got limited time, maybe this first part will seem, because I'm talking quickly, it'll seem a little Alvin and the Chipmunks. But from that point on, I often watch movies or shows or videos at 1.25 speed, but anyway, so you have options. But do come by for the live chat because we have an excellent community here. We really do, and I'm so grateful for you. So, all right. Is that it? I think that's it. We have Epic Troll Slayers. Thank you. Okay. Yes?
I was going to say, refresh real quick.
Oh, so I have the
question.
Okay.
Because, something just popped up right before we went on, and we were like, oh no, this shall go in.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yes, and Paula, exactly. I would like to highly, highly recommend Randy Rainbow's new video. It is fabulous.
Yes, it is.
In every way. So highly recommend Randy Rainbow's new thing. Okay.
Speaking of videos, so I'm just going to give you a little recap of what's coming up or a little preview, not recap, excuse me, of what's coming up today.
Yeah, we'll just talk. Let's talk through a couple of these topics here. Do you have time to stay? I could even read on a couple of them while you're here.
I have time to stay for a little bit, not for too long, but I can stay for a little bit.
Okay.
You just want to touch on some stuff, and then we'll see what we look like time wise.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with, we're switching it up a little bit today, or she's switching up. U.S. domestic is going first. We're starting off with our favorite little snitchy McSnitcherton, Mr. Madison Cawthorn, who is in all kinds of hot water from many different sources. So
what an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, have you guys heard what's going on with Madison Cawthorn? Oh boy.
Yeah. So he got in trouble going vroom vroom very fast. And then it comes out that he hasn't had a valid license since 2017. And the car is in his dad's name. Well, of course the car is in his dad's name. Who's going to give the guy a car who doesn't have a valid license?
Wasn't he going 95?
89 and a 65.
Sorry, 89 and a 65.
He was still going over 20. I know in Louisiana, you'd be arrested and your car impounded if you go 20 miles over.
Okay. And I think most people driving on the interstates will regularly go almost 10 miles over. Yeah,
but at 20 or over, not saying that they always will, but they can impound and arrest you because you're endangering other people at that point. So.
Okay, so he was doing 89 in a 65, but he has no license.
No license. He didn't tell the officer that he had no license. He just said he didn't have it on him. I don't have my wallet on me. I'm a congressman. Whoa, is me. Please help me. And so he got a ticket for speeding and a pat on the head and sent off. Now, since then, he's gotten in trouble. There's 2 links on that question. The first one is the link to the video and with the dash cam. And the second one is from CNN discussing his license woes.
Ooh, boy.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you.
And hello.
Hello, Linda. Thank you. Cherry.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom.
Yes. It was a Mustang, so it was.
Oh,
it was pulled by a horse.
It's going 95 on a horse. No, I'm guessing it has, like, it's been adjusted so to because of his disabilities, but.
Well, he may be disabled enough to where he can't walk, but he may have enough to drive, maybe.
Could be.
But you can get cars like, I just think from a logistics standpoint, getting the wheelchair in and out of a Mustang would prohibit me from driving a Mustang. I mean, any car can be converted, but if you're driving yourself, moving around and getting logistically, how are you getting that?
Good question. Good point.
How are you?
Yeah, I would think running hand controls, but yeah.
Like somebody helped him get in that car and somebody at the end helped him get out. So,
all right. First energy I'm getting is heartburn. Probably his father.
Right. Yeah, because a Mustang GT is not a car that is designed for wheelchair accessibility. It's just not. I mean, should it be? All cars should be. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't drive it, but yes, Stephanie, they can be driven with hand controls, but it's the logistics of getting in and out and then getting the wheelchair folded over there. I mean, depending on what he's got. And Renee, you're probably right. We're probably just overlooking it. Yeah. There are probably ways. But no, Spiral Jetty, I don't think he can actually walk. I think he is legitimately disabled.
But okay, he's always stirring the pot. He just does. However, what I've got is wee-oo, 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 in the sirens and the lights behind him. And this is, oh, well, it was a speeding ticket. You'll have to pay a speeding ticket. And then it turns out, oh, wait, it's much worse than that. And here's a big old Justice card. And here's our great big, you and I eating great big bowls of popcorn. Goes, oh, boy. You were driving on a suspended license?
Mm-hmm.
This man... Teresa?
I can't repeat that, but I probably could. But yeah. See, Justice Mom, that's the thing. Getting in and out. I mean, even getting in, it's literally... There's not really a back seat availability to sling the chair back there. And then so you need to put it in the trunk. But then how are you getting from the trunk to the thing? And then where you're going, will there be help? I mean, like, it's probably got something at the house. Yeah. Like, I know he's got a setup at the house where he can just move over and whatever. But depending on where he's going, unless he was just going for a drive, it's like, you know, as we used to call it, or as we call it here in the South, cleaning out the carburetor. Yeah.
These cards are so worn down. Sometimes I put out cards and I can tell what they are from the back. There's one in particular that has a particular scrape on it. So I already know for a fact that the center card is the Fool. I don't use that to choose them, but
right.
Oh yeah, Mr. Far Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
7 of Cups. Oh look, there's a thief card. There's a Fool card. Driving without a license. Oh, I forgot my wallet. So you lied to a policeman as well. Knight of Wands. Well, he's not going to lose a seat. Well, no. He's going to be protected. I would think you could get arrested for this, but I'm not getting...
I don't think it's enough to be kicked out. I mean,
yeah.
It's enough to make you look like it. It's enough to make you look like an idiot and have somebody who's running up against you saying, they can't even be trusted to handle their own license. How are they going to be trusted to? And it's just really going to suck for him re-election time is basically it.
Yeah. And Electra Storm saying after the confession about the parties, his Republican buddies won't be helping him out now.
That's a great seg. Because that's the next thing.
yes and no, but he's in trouble because he's talking about selfish. You're right, Fran. He shouldn't have been driving with a suspended license, not thinking about anybody but himself. Surprise! I'm shocked.
And here's the thing. Sometimes people can have suspended licenses for something for economic reasons. You can have a suspended license for being a couple days late paying your insurance, something like that. And so there's a lot of single parents or low income people or whatnot who have a suspended license, not that they're bad drivers, but because of economic adversity, right? Mm-hmm. That's not why his was suspended. His was suspended for pulling crap like he got pulled over for. So, I mean...
Yeah, it's not like he doesn't have the money to pay his insurance.
Right.
How old is he? 26?
26, 29, somewhere in there.
Because I would have, because it's like, oh, well, if he's at least 25, it's like, has his the cost of his insurance even started to come down yet?
Oh, well, that's like in Dad's name. Keep that insurance.
No, it's in his name, but you're still insuring.
True. That's true.
So, and I totally missed what time we started, but we are at 13 minutes in. What's the second question here? 13.
The second question is about Mr. Cawthorn. He has found himself in deep trouble with some of his fellow GOP over his, snitchy McSnitcherton tendencies about adult parties. Kevin McCarthy has publicly reprimanded him, and other members of the party are going off about him on Fox News. Has he lost all respect and backing from his own party?
Okay, I don't think there's going to be many cards here.
You can probably just do 3 because that's, You don't.
They're trying. They feel like they need to stick together. I mean,
we have a saying down here. You don't. I'm gonna try to put this as, you don't potty where you eat.
That's true.
So,
Ace of Swords. Whoo, boy! I just keep hearing sirens behind him. Siren, the lights.
Mm-hmm.
10 of Cups. 3 of Wands. Judgment. He's going to have trouble. He's already being, isn't he the one being the one they've taken to court so he can't run again or something?
That's Marjorie. Are they doing him too?
I can't remember.
They might be doing him too. Maybe.
Hello, Dale Christine. This is the first of all, this is January 6th committee, but this is also just the power the Republicans have.
Right.
And if on the far right, they're looking for anything, and they're going to stick together. But when it comes to his reelection and whatnot,
Yeah, chat says it's both he and Marjorie. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kathy Anderson says he showed the police his white privilege card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
White privilege congressional card. Yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right. At 15:30. Well, actually, let's skip ahead because I need some emotional support with one of these questions, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So at 15:30, oh boy. Putin is now conscripting as many able-bodied 18-year-old men as he can, putting them on the field with no training in how to use the weapons they're being given, with some rifles having been manufactured in the 1880s. Groups of soldiers being given unpotable water and left to eat either moldy food or fend for themselves. How sustainable is this?
It's not. This is how you stage not a coup but a revolt.
Yeah.
This is
how because you were talking about this earlier, and you were saying there was a guy who was saying,
yeah, most of these conscripts are from I think it's Donbass. That's the area of Ukraine that at the very beginning Russia liberated and saw it as its own region, its own country. And as a thank you for liberating them, they conscripted all the males 18 or older and threw them in the army. Whoopsies. But this is also the area that leading up to everything had a lot of Russia sympathizers. So, but
wasn't there someone who was saying, I was just in school and now I've just been given like mortars and I don't know what to do with this?
Yeah. There was an 18-year-old boy who said, I was just in school and they're handing me mortars. He was telling this to Reuters. And he said, I'd only seen mortars on television. Like, I don't even know what to do with all this. This is insane.
So
all they're going to do is hurt themselves because they don't know how to work this stuff.
Jeez. And what I got for the reading was kids.
Mm-hmm.
Sensitive little kids who they're not hardened anything. Mm-hmm. They're not hardened. They're not trained. They're not in battle. They're not, they haven't even gone through boot camp.
No, literally, they're being scooped up, thrown in a uniform, and thrown in battle within a matter of like a week and a half to 2 weeks. From being conscripted to deposited.
Because this right here is going to war.
Mm-hmm.
Without the training, without the supplies, without anything. Cannon fodder, and it's not sustainable.
Mm-mm.
This Putin being, look at our great victory, and more people are coming out and saying they really think that Putin is cut himself off from reality, has cut himself off from real reporting, real intel, and this victory it's very hollow. It's the problem is so much worse.
Yeah, I was reading this morning that he literally thought when they rolled into Ukraine, the Russian soldiers were going to be. Well, he thought they were going to be greeted with flowers, and they kind of were. There was the lady with the sunflowers, but that wasn't exactly like he thought there would be parades and there'd be heralded, and then there's just instead you've got the lady like take the seeds, blink off. So.
Take these sunflowers, put them in your pockets, so at least you grow sunflowers when you all lay down.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So those weren't the flowers that he was looking for. This is not the droid you're looking for. These are not the flowers you're looking for. But he literally flipped his ever-loving mess. Like Jesus in the temple slinging tables flipped his mess when they rolled up and they weren't seen as the saviors have arrived.
This is not sustainable. But he is not. There's objective reality, and I'm in it. You're in it, and all these wonderful people in the chat are in it. He's not in it.
Well,
This is the military action.
Right.
This is the start of the military action, and it's completely corrupt. He has no business being there, but he's fine. But this guerrilla warfare, this and the rest of the world coming together, the rest of the world is completely essentially the West is behind Ukraine. This lunacy is not sustainable.
Mm-mm. I
So
mean,
what's going
he
to
says all the
happen?
time, I reject your reality and substitute my own, but he really did. I mean, like, he really just like, poof.
Kathy Anderson, exactly. Putin's not on the front line.
Putin's out on the frontal lobe, much less the front line. I mean,
You have a point.
and he's very, no, don't get me wrong, okay? Putin is a very intelligent person. He is actually a cautionary tale on being too smart and too isolated with too many yes people. I mean, really, nobody has the intestinal fortitude to stand up and like this isn't going to work, sir, because if they did, he'd kill them. But
yeah, there's talk that there have been some people who have let's say been chewing on some lead.
Yeah. Thank you, B, for keeping up with that. Y'all are so good to my girl. I love y'all.
Thank you, Sarah. I'm trying to figure out what Putin's going to do. The West is supporting Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
There are other countries who maybe are not as liberal, who are actually starting to support Ukraine more because of these heinous things that have been done, this insult to injury. And there needs to be temperance, judgment. This is accountability for war crimes, for all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, okay, so what is Putin going to do? Well, his people are suffering. That's why he was trying to get Europe to pay in rubles. And I've got him here in the middle, like, let's do the thing. It's like, well, we're being hurt. We're on the defensive. We're not succeeding. And he's just sending them out to do more.
Screw it, do it anyway. Yeah.
I mean, good grief. Is this like Stalingrad?
When you're literally going through and pulling weapons that haven't been used since like World War I, World War II, and like, here you go, we're out of everything else. Have fun. I mean,
are they really out of everything else, or are they just completely wildly under equipping particularly the people of Donbass?
I don't know. I don't know if they've just, because some people got automatic weapons, and then when those ran out, they started passing the rifles out. And
ooh,
yeah, so I mean, I don't know if he's conscripting so many people so fast that they don't have the. I mean, he's not in a position to go buy more guns.
Okay.
Thank you, Justin's mom.
Oh, thank you, Justin's mom. Thank you. Putin still has it in his head, straight on to victory. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
What's going to go forward? This is about the war crimes. This is justice. This is the Empress. This is the West, the rest of the world, and the tower just coming down on his head. So,
is that, do you want to look? I mean, next or the next two have to do with the war crimes. You want to look at that real quick while we're here?
Oh no, let's have a look. Yeah, 20. Where is
it? Was 6 and 7.
Darren's? Okay, so at 25 minutes, we've got Darren's question. Thank you, Darren. Will this latest war crime from Putin be the end of his presidency? Or will war crimes from Putin That's true, Gretchen. How much ammo can you have for weapons that are that old? Jeez.
Good. What did Stalin stockpile? Because you're literally looking at stuff that Stalin purchased at this point.
I mean, when you're ransacking museums for ammunition, this kleptocracy where Putin and the oligarchs have siphoned off so much money from the country that it has gutted their military, which is what it seems to do. It's looking like it's even worse day by day. It's looking like that gutting was even worse than it looked like in the beginning, which was bad.
Yeah.
But okay, war crimes, Putin's war crimes. And thank you for hanging out with me for a minute here, because this is just
welcome, honey.
Gnarly energy.
Oh, Sandy, thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you, Sandy. War crimes. Right. Are we gonna get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to I have to ask next if other countries are going to get involved in this now directly, because this has to stop.
Well, yeah, and that's part of what the next question with Biden was asking, if the UN is going to step in and actually charge him, so that way people can step in, other countries can step in, and because this is ridiculous.
Well, according to this, other countries are going to step in. The tide is turning. Yeah. Countries partnership. This is stepping in strength, quieting that beast down. This sitting pretty card. This is these countries in the West are doing well. This is not Putin. And the card for the reading, we're stepping in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I think that answers will the West step in?
Yes. But is this going to be it for Putin?
Right. So let me just put this in, will the West.
And while you're doing that, Electra,
step in.
See, I think, Electra, I'm pretty sure his plan, no, he doesn't have enough to go invade other countries. His plan was to go invade a country that was, as we say, easy pickings, and then use those resources combined with his own to take the next, and so on and so forth. He doesn't have enough resources to just mass invade Eastern Europe. He doesn't. But again, he thought he could just roll up and and yeah.
Or as Cool Bear says, it's potato. Okay, so that was will this West step in? And I've got a yes. We should maybe look at to what extent or how quickly. And then we'll look at the war crime thing, because I wasn't getting information on the war crimes. How quickly will the West step in then? Because this cannot go on. Darren says that Germany has expelled 40 Russian officials from the country.
Okay.
And that makes sense, but I wonder if we're going to have to, it's like, fine, you don't want to start shooting down their planes. What about a full trade embargo? What about blocking supply lines? Big judgment. That feels massive. That feels absolutely massive. For some reason, I'm also getting train horn. Like maybe that is blocking.
Yeah.
4 of Cups. Queen of Wands. 5 of Cups. Justice. 3 of Pentacles. Well, that's the Justice, and this is sanctions. Could be trade embargoes, but it's financial, gutting them financially.
Right.
And from the looks of it, it's probably not just their military, it's their whole country that cannot withstand that for very long.
Yeah.
They peace talks, please. No, just don't even go there. Don't even. We're past that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm big. I mean, we're both big on peace talks and keeping the door open, but this is no.
I mean, yeah, but there's peace talks and they're screaming at a brick wall. And that's
right. And there's also sitting in the same room with people who are
actively trying to assassinate you.
And actively committing war crimes in your own country.
Yes.
So I imagine most of what the world's going to do is they're going to absolutely crater Russia's economy, but they've got to get in there and protect Ukrainians.
Yeah. Aiden, you're so silly.
Are we going to actually go in there and do something to protect Ukrainians? Because, hello. Well, that's the card for the reading would be a liberal moving forward. 9 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords, 2 of Cups. It is a partnership card. It's not as strong as I would like.
Mm-mm.
And my stomach hurts too. There was somebody in the chat saying my stomach hurts. My stomach's starting to hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll back out of that. But it looks like something will happen. So war crimes. Let's move our energy to Europe, because Europe, the Sint-Gravenhage, The Hague, is where war crime stuff is. The World Court there is where we would get. I'd like I'd like a coffee and a biscotti, please. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Trying to get into better energy. We're in Brussels, you know. Mm-hmm. Oh, crepes. Who wants? Let's go get some crepes.
Yeah, crepes are always good.
And Belgian crepes have this wonderful, there's some kind of sugary taste to them that I have never found anywhere else. I don't know if it's a particular kind of flour they're using, if it's a particular form of sugar they're using, but there's this wonderful taste to Belgian crepes that is just magical. Oh, Paula, Belgian fries.
Mm.
Although I know some of you would not be going for that, I understand. But and fries with mayonnaise may not sound good to you, but belly's actually really good. All right, Putin. All right, World Court. It feels like they can't get hold of him.
There's a lot of places to hide in Russia.
That's true. No, but it feels like the metaphor I'm getting is there's a metal door with one of those inset little windows,
mm-hmm.
and the authorities are trying to break the door down to get to Putin on the other side, and they just can't break the door down. They can't physically reach him. Is the mental image I'm getting. Six of Cups. Yeah, we're a little upset about the whole death thing.
A little bit.
Whole world. Some people will be taken there, but I don't think it's going to be Putin. Well, maybe. I'm just not seeing Putin here. But the world court, fog of war, but you clear it out. These innocent people who were put to death in heinous ways get through the fog of war, world court, hope.
It could. hypothetically, could you not see him there because he's not there to be seen?
That's true. Actually, I've been reading on Putin, and what I've been getting is a whole lot of like what they did to the Tsar. Tsar Nicholas. Now, I'm not saying that that's exactly what's going to happen, but the thing with Tsar Nicholas was, it's like he just vanished for a long. We didn't know.
Right.
People didn't know where he was. People didn't know what had happened to him. I mean, we know, and I don't mean the sense of he and his family. I'm talking about, it was just like, there was a czar here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Putin, totally divorced from reality. That surprises me. I mean, he's always been heinous. And whenever he was around Trump, I would look at Putin, and it was like he's just he's just running circles around Trump, which is not hard, but still just running circles. But this,
I mean, the man's a genius. I mean, he is an absolute genius, but evil. He's too smart for his own good.
He's an evil genius.
Good. Yeah.
He's a genius with no morals.
He's Red Skull.
Yeah. He wants his victory. 7 of cups, 3 of wands, 9 of wands. He's not here. He wants his victory. That's the reading. But these cards here, fog of war, what you've done will be looked at. Tribunals. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Yeah.
So. Okay, but there was something else here that we were going to talk about just because it was.
Oh, but Biden was officially calling for him to be charged, but that sort of got sucked in with everything else, so that's okay.
Yeah. You and I were talking this morning about the question 12 at 37:30.
Well, hang on. Before we go there, let's back up just a tinge. I want to look at question 9.
Okay, let me change this.
I'm sorry.
Question 9. No. Oh, yes. Oh.
So, at question 9, we've got chugga, choo, choo, train wreck. This is your station. There is a new person on the Trump train. It has a new passenger because Miss Palin, former governor Sarah Palin, it has now been officially endorsed by Donald J. Trump. Y'all.
Are you with the failure or the loser? Oh wait, which is which?
So someone who's taken a stone cold stunner has endorsed someone who is on The Masked Singer. So
what was that first thing you said?
The stone cold stunner. Once upon a time, Trump did a few weeks on the WWE, and Stone Cold Steve Austin stunnered him. In fact, it was so funny. Most of whenever Trump got in office and he did a picture because he had Linda McMahon, he hired Linda McMahon as his small business associate cabinet person at first. And she's the wife of the guy who owns it. And so there was a photo op of the whole McMahon family in the Oval Office with Donald Trump. And then Steve Austin retweeted it. He said, I think I've stunnered everybody in this photo, which is really so, yeah. But, so.
Well, considering what we just read on, plus this. Oh, we do need some silly, but the energy between these two, it's like it's scraping at my third eye and the edges.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh,
I'm sorry.
Man. No, you're not. We read on politics here, and these are the blankety blanks who run for office, and so we read on them. Oh, I said I can tell from the back what card I've got.
Mm-hmm.
See that scrape?
Mm-hmm.
It's the full card.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what's at the bottom of the deck?
Mm-hmm.
Trump. Yes.
Yep. Manson. That's right. Yeah, no,
All right, so Sniffy has decided to endorse Bump It, and who can see Russia from her house?
can see Russia from my house.
And Tina Fey, who was saying, was like, hey, when she was on SNL, hey, if Sarah Palin gets in, you're going to be doing this all the time.
No.
And she's like, I don't want this job. Please vote. I don't want this job. Mm-mm. Trump and Sarah Palin. Maybe she could be his vice president. Government. Government. Head of the government. Yeah, these two mental giants.
Oh gosh, that I'm tearing up on that one.
Oh, I think this is Democrats popping the DNC popping champagne bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Queen of Swords. Ten of Swords.
Says, I can see birds from my window. Don't mean I can fly.
That was good, Aspie. That was good. Queen of Pentacles. Moon. She's nutty as a fruitcake.
Yes, dear, and she ran with McCain.
Yes, Teresa Ford. Grift and griftier. Yes.
I still want to see the celebrity death match between Palin and Green. They're not going to be able to stand each other. That
would be pretty awesome.
Well, yeah, because somebody's going to have to be top dog. And
yeah,
in this case, I think it would be Sarah. She's been around longer. She's more refined crazy.
I think that would work the other way around. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is more of a bully. She's more aggressive.
Yeah.
And with them, aggression wins. Plus, Marjorie Taylor Greene could punch her in the face.
Yeah, but Sarah's the type of person where she'll key your car and sugar your gas tank. I mean,
no, that's true. But they don't. I think we're in agreement on that.
Yeah,
I don't think we're. Yeah. I don't think we're disagreeing with each other. Basically, what I've got is DNC is just laughing, and she's putting her sword in the ring. No, because she is nuttier than a fruitcake, and nobody trusts her. Who was it who was just saying? Yes, you did, Kevin. Just hear a reference to Bump It.
Yes.
The hair. For those who don't know, it was a little hair. It's like a little hair spongy
Back
thing.
your hair to Jesus. The bigger the hair, the closer to God.
Mm-hmm. It was like sort of like this, but it was a little sponge, and you'd put it here, and you'd put your hair under it, and you'd pin it, and that's there you go. You got a sage Bump It right there.
Actually, you know what? I might need to do something like that at my next family gathering once COVID is over, just to deal with the people that I have to deal with. I mean, sage bumpets need to be a thing. You have to do something. This is like, seriously, because you can get sage in like little smaller bumpets in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sage bumpets.
Sage bumpets, yes. Actually, I have been sitting here with my hair pinned up, and things have been things have been crazy, and I've stuck this in my hair.
Sage bumpets. You heard it here first. They will be a thing. We will make it a thing.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Okay. So now do you want to look at number 12?
Mhm. 45 minutes. 45 minutes
Okay.
in.
So, RawStory is reporting that nearly 300, and that is not a typo, 300 GOP state legislators could be implicated in Trump's coup attempt. At the very least, that would make them unable to run for future office. At worst, or for us best, they get arrested. Okay. Are there going to be any state level GOP people left in red states? Like Oprah is just standing there like, you get a cell. You get a cell. Everybody gets a cell. Like, y'all. Because apparently on the 2nd of January, there was a super secret little squirrel convention, Zoom meeting, whatever. I say Zoom. It was a telephone because half these people can't Zoom, whatever. So they're all on the telephone like, we need to overturn the election. So, yeah. And now, because they kept records and there's still an ad for it online, y'all, for this call that announced all the
Thank God.
speakers and what happened.
Thank God for stupid criminals.
And it can all be found in this article that's in the link. But y'all,
Okay. First of all, the card for the reading is enough. You're done. And you try to destroy our democracy.
What do you have for us?
I've got this, starting with the justice card, fruits of labor. And what they were trying to do. Well, we were just trying to
protect our
elections, and I mean, that's what I'm getting here. It's this. Well, I can't be held accountable for doing anything. I can't fool. Yes, you can. You can lose a lot. Everything from your credibility to maybe some freedom, some finding some.
I swear these people are still rolling around like it's the 90s and the internet does not exist. I mean, they are just like thinking that they can just bury this stuff and nobody will know. Biden and Batman disguise. I love you, Linda Sue. Where's Batman when you need him? I mean, I'll take Robert Pattinson swooping down and arresting anybody at this point.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Isabel Moss is saying stupidity is not an excuse. I have to agree with that. So I've got to turn this down. Suddenly it's too bright again. Or just ignore me completely.
I'm sorry. No, that's good. You're good.
No, me. Ignore the thing was ignoring me as I was trying to change it. No, you're awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. No. Knight of Cups. They're definitely going to go after some of these idiots.
Yeah.
I am getting that the committee, the reason we may not get the hearings from the January 6th committee until May is just the sheer amount of stuff they're trying to sort through. It is a huge burden. It is a huge mess.
God bless these idiots for leaving this much of a paper trail.
True. However, one of the things that in all the cases against the insurrectionists in DC, they actually made a huge database. And for the defense attorneys and all of this and all the defendants, they've literally said, here, you find your stuff. I mean, we can figure out this, and this, but anything else you can here, just go look. we have our case, we have this amount of information. They just, there's too much.
Yeah. Aiden says they need Marie Kondo to help them organize their paper trail.
They do.
Hmm.
And I don't know. Right now, it's not sparking any joy for me.
It's not sparking much joy for those 300 idiots either.
That's true. See, I keep getting them diminished. Aggressive law enforcement, they think they're in a good position, but they're diminished. They go from.
They might not be arrested, but they can't run.
Maybe they can't run. Maybe they get fined. Maybe something. But they get there was the Four of Pentacles, that poverty, that lack of funds, that lack of support, and then this is knocked down to a page. So something's going to happen to them. But it might also be, I'm just trying to read on so many people, I'm not going to get a specific.
No, that is
so many different states. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get anything more specific than that. But oh boy.
Do they call it Trump's library? On that note, you guys have been amazing, and it has been a pleasure.
Thank you for staying so long. I really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. And Aiden is in rare form today. So, okay. Well, you all have a great day. And for those of us who come and hang in the afternoons, we will be together at 4:00 doing the creative sprints. And thank you for being so awesome to my Autumn. So,
thank you guys later. Big hug to my friend.
Other way. There we go. Okay. Okay.
See you later. Bye. Okay. Hello, everybody. Now you're just stuck with me. I had a really good overlay today too, but I'd rather talk to Sarah than have a good overlay the whole time. But anyway, today's overlay. You ready? So anyway, all right. I've got more questions to go through. And thank you for being so nice to Sarah. I really appreciate that. She's such a sweetheart. That was a lot of fun. All right, let me go through some of these other questions. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. All right. Ta-da! Exactly, Jane. I wasn't thinking, I would have created a different background if I would have turned this into a background, but I didn't realize Sarah was going to come on with me until just before I went on. So yes, Aspie Third Eye, Autumn and Knots. So all right, at 53 minutes, let's go back up to the top and see what I missed. 53 minutes. Okay, so veterans groups are going after Tucker Carlson for his love of Putin. Really? Will this be the demographic that gets Fox to get Tucker to cease his traitorous propaganda? Oh, Kevin, Sarah is awesome. Oh, Linda Spees, I wish I had a friend like Sarah. I'm so blessed to have her as a friend. But she's always open to making new friends. Okay, so they're going after Carlson. Let's make it 54. Veterans groups are going after Tucker Carlson for his Russia propaganda. Thank you for letting that a brain for free. Oh, thank you, Greta. Thank you. All right, veterans groups. Will this make any difference? Never, ever get anything about Tucker Carlson being held to account. Okay, this card's jumping out. It feels like a drop in the bucket. It just... William says, love Miss Sarah. Aw. Linda Sue says, go veterans. Yeah. Veterans groups are going after Tucker Carlson. Is anything going to make any difference for Tuckyo Rose? I agree, Fran. That man is awful. Oh, Aiden says we're twinsies. Red hair. Money. If as long as he has sponsor the not sponsors, the people who advertise on his show, as long as they're there, he's there. Ace of Swords, Six of Swords, Four of Cups, Ten of Swords, Three of Wands. Nothing. As usual. As always, when I read on Tucker. Zippo. Nada. This was the action taken. This is what Russia did going into Ukraine. This is what's happening in Ukraine. But Tucker, he's not going to listen. This is a card of refusal. This is a card of go away, you bother me. And this is, what other far right wing, what far right authoritarian can I talk about then? Go back to talking about Orban and he's not going to learn. He's not going to change. And until the companies who support him are willing to stop paying for him to spread this heinous misinformation, nope, he just keeps on keeping on. He's not going to listen to anything. Doesn't matter. War crimes. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how the Ukrainians did it to themselves or something stupid and heinous. Oh, boy. Roxanne is saying Tuck is well insulated as one of the Swanson, with the Swanson money. But I think somebody in the chat was saying the other day that the actual because he married into the Swanson money, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. He married into the family, but the matriarch actually sold her shares or her part of the company a few years ago and just got this huge amount of money. Something like that. I don't know. Plus, he's making serious bank at Fox News. These people have so much money. Yes, Frida Smith, the creepiest sound is Tucker laughing. It really is. Yeah. Oh boy. Glenna Miles is saying Campbell's Foods bought Swanson. Okay. Thank you, William. Holly Friend says no, Swanson is his family, not his wife's. Oh, okay. Oh no, but Gary's saying his stepmother was a Swanson. Oh, I see. His stepmother that way. Okay. Thank you. Oh, yeah. He's got stupid amounts of money. And all of the selfishness and cruelty that can come with the worst of being that wealthy. I don't get it. I don't get it, but I wouldn't do what he does. Not for any amount of money. I'd be a traitor to my country if I was doing stuff like that, and that's not going to happen. All right, 5930. Speaking of stupidly wealthy and divorced from reality and whatnot, Elon Musk is now the single biggest Twitter shareholder, 20%. And he's complaining that it stifles free speech. So, yes, Desert Dawn, exactly. So, what, is Elon Musk going to let Trump back on? He's saying Twitter's stifling free speech. So are we going to get Trump back on Twitter? Is that what this is going to turn into? Working. He thinks that that free speech would help revenue, has made people go away. The contentiousness is part of public discourse because he's insulated from everything. He is insulated from everything. Downturns in the economy, protests, of violence. He's protected from everything. So to him, if there's a mess, if there's chaos, if there's democracy threatening to be unraveled, it doesn't affect him. I've got a lot of sleepless nights coming here. It's not him. So is he going to, is Twitter going to go back to being as awful as it was, or more so? Betty Harper says he just wants to do and say whatever he wants because he thinks he's the smartest human in the world. That's true. That's absolutely true. I don't like I've got a death card and the world card here. It isn't the death of the world, but hello, Shockwave. And by the way, I'll talk in just a second about it's April 4th astrologically. So we'll talk about that in a minute. Elon Musk. I can tell you right now, I don't like the guy. That's just me. Just because you're good at one thing, or you're good at making money, or even if you're good at one thing and making money, it doesn't mean you get to decide, make all the decisions for everybody else in the world, because your little mind is very narrow on your experiences in life. My experiences in life are very narrow compared to what everyone is going through and has gone through. But I can admit that, and I know that. Hello, Andrea from Sweden. Queen of Cups. Tower, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 10 of Cups, Magician. Oh, he's going to do what he's going to do. Ultimately, it's going to be okay. He's going to do what he's going to do. But we have, even when Trump was on there were so many, people willing to stand up to these far-right jerks. But there's some trouble coming. And he is, Mr. Insulated, floating on his little cloud. I do whatever I want. Nothing affects me unless I choose to. he's going to do what he's going to do, but we'll be okay. It's not like even if Trump got his Twitter account back, if he doesn't get the presidency back. So Roxana Lee is saying Elon seems to be missing an emotional chip. He should busy himself trying to build himself one. Yes. Thank you, Diane. Oh boy. Kevin Brazil saying sniffy grift. Trump. Yeah. Six of let all the little people speak. 10 of Pentacles. Oh, all right. Dynasty. This is Trump and his ilk. This was when he was taken off of Twitter. There might still be some limitations. So I don't know that Trump's going to be welcomed with open arms, but he's going to affect some changes, and I don't think we're going to like it. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Petrus is saying that's the thing. Elon engages in hijinks, but he's more or less harmless. That's a whole other discussion. But you may be right. I think there could be a discussion around that, but that's not saying I'm right or what. That's a discussion, and you could very well be right. All right, 107.30. Oh, 107.30. Okay, so today, just so you know, today's astrology, we'll just mention this briefly. My brain was trying to say it completely. No, briefly. Bleatly. I will go through this briefly. Basically, I'm just saying today is the day people were talking about, April 4th, the conjunction of Mars and Saturn. Mars is taking action. It is the god of war. It is how you act. Do the thing. Move forward. Move. Right? And Saturn is limitation, structure, taking form, organizing, making everything. Just so if you do the work, you will be rewarded. Just so it is not the life of the party. It is the biggest stick in the mud. But if you do the work, you will end up with beautiful rings like Saturn has. And, but along the way, you will probably feel like you're on a treadmill or you want to beat your head against a wall kind of thing. Saturn is a taskmaster. But I have made my peace with Saturn as much as I can. Saturn also rules time. Anything that has a form, a limit, that's Saturn. So the energy today is, some people have said that at worst it's ruthless energy. It is taking action with the coldness of Saturn. But I personally have experienced it even today. I got some news. Something might be brewing, but probably not, but maybe, but it would be, I'd have to make major changes in my life, but maybe I don't have to. So I got this whole, I must act, I may not have to. I'm really stressed about it, so I need to act. No, it actually calm down. It's this push pull. but and you end up with this. But I should. Oh no, I did. Oh, so that's what I've been. That's what I've been going through today, and it isn't even making major aspects of my chart. It's just up in my ninth house, and considering what the thing I'm a little concerned about. I may not need to be concerned, but the thing I'm a little concerned about has to do with the ninth stuff from the ninth house. So it's like, oh, but it's not aspecting anything in my chart. So hopefully it won't. But so anyway, if you're having a frustrating day, or like panic, don't panic. Do the thing. No, don't do that. Wait, no. If you're going through that today, it's astrological. Just so you know. All right. Marie Hansen saying Abbott doing that for sure. Oh, I must have missed something. I'm sorry. Gretchen saying, can we ask how the Supreme Court will go today? Have they started releasing any? This is their one day this month where they're likely to release rulings. There's only one day in April when they're likely to release rulings. So we may have to look at that. Let me get through these other questions, and then we'll see if we can get to that one. So let's see. Sandy Miller says, that's the energy I couldn't put into words, that push-pull thing. Thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Oh, goodness, Petrus, you have nothing to be sorry for. You're awesome. Thank you for being here. And you always contribute, and it's great. Tish says, Autumn has my energy pegged for today. Okay. Excuse me. I meant the vote for Ketanji Brown. Oh, that vote. Oh. Strangely enough, it isn't on the list for today. Nobody was asking. I forgot that it was today. Anyway, let me get through the rest of the questions, and then I'll take a couple more if I've got time. Okay? So, all right, 113. Let's just have a quick look at this. I think we may have covered some of it earlier, but I just want to make sure, because this is important. President Biden is officially calling for Putin to be charged with war crimes. Just 3 cards. Will Putin be charged with war crimes? Will Putin be charged with war crimes? Ugh. Go do the thing. 5 of Wands, Knight of Wands, King of Wands. Just pointing right back at him. The horribleness on the ground, the giving people. He didn't set things up to go well. He didn't set things up to go for his army to act in a non-heinous way. He didn't train them properly. He didn't arm them properly. He didn't feed them properly. He didn't get enough supervision. He didn't. So that's him. And these are the things, and it goes right up the chain of command. It's a kleptocracy. He and his ilk, they've been siphoning money out of Russia for decades now, and it's gutted their military. And we just found out to what extent that is. All right, so he charged. Will he be held accountable? No. I'm still getting that metal door where they're trying to break it down to get to him, and they can't. Queen of Wands is upper generals and what have you. They may get it. There are definitely some people who are going to, they're going to The Hague for war crimes. With all of this coming out, Ukrainians are, I think, in general, less likely to pull their punches. I'm not saying they were pulling their punches before, but I think some of them still had in their mind, we can get some of these young soldiers to, have a meal and call their mothers. And I think from this point on, or even before this point, I think it was, okay, we can't do that anymore. Flying Without a Broom says Canadian RCMP are over there investigating war crimes for The Hague. Ooh, boy. Nine of Wands. There's a Thief card. 7 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Yep. Lawyers at The Hague. What happened? This is the graves. Mass graves. Yeah. Oh, that was heinous. Okay. 117. Keno White was asking, Putin has ordered all payments for oil to be paid in rubles. This, in effect, sets a base price for gold. This will this cause a run on gold prices and disrupt the U.S. world economy further? Oh, Petrus, I can't go into that energy. I will lay down on this floor and I will sob. And longtime viewers, they've seen me get hit by that kind of energy before, and it's ugly. I'm sorry. Putin, gold. This is not for investment. This is not investment information. I just want to make that clear. Do not take medical, legal, or financial advice from anybody on YouTube at all. You can take ideas. You can go and you take them to people who have official certificates on their walls. I do not. I have a painting of the Chicago World's Fair in 1934. That's it. So what I'm talking about here, will it upset the world economy? By him wanting things in rubles, will it affect the price of gold? Will it, well, Russia's hemmed in, we know that. Hemmed in by legal things, sanctions, whatnot. 6 of Swords, 8 of Wands, Temperance, Moon, Ace of Wands. Well, he's trying to take action to save his economy. It feels like the West will be fine. The rest, most of the rest of the world is just chugging along. It's Putin who's desperate. So maybe you shouldn't have invaded a country that isn't yours. Maybe you should leave, but they're not. So, and the expression, beating a dead horse. He's economically, and Putin beating a dead horse. Cindy Miller says there's not enough sage for you to read on that, Autumn. I agree with you on that one, and I'm sorry to be a wuss, but I really get my energy into these questions, and I can't. I just can't. Far too much water in my chart. All right, 120. Will it affect the world? I think the world's going to be okay. 120. Oh, jeez. All right. Trump, guess what? Trump stuck his foot in his mouth. I know, shocking. Who would have thought? It doesn't even seem possible. So the Prince of Sniffs, King of Sniffs, he stuck his foot in his mouth by telling, basically he was at the podium at an event this past weekend at Mar-a-Lago, and there was a group there, Gays for Trump. Okay, first of all, really? Really? Trump told the leader of the Gays for Trump movement, "You don't look gay. You don't look gay." And now apparently the Gays for Trump group are offended. They're upset by this. Really? That's where you draw the line, huh? That was the, because what, it directly affects you, and only something that directly affects you matters? I don't. Anyway, the question is, has Trump lost the last of his LGBTQ support? And I, again, highly recommend Randy Rainbow's new song, which came out, I think, was it this morning? Might have been yesterday, but I saw it this morning. Perfection. It is fabulous in every sense of the word. So has Trump lost whatever self-centered, misguided supporter of the LGBTQ community? I can't. How can you, how can, I don't get it. Knight of Pentacles. Oh, your financial whatever. The Sun, Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, Nine of Wands, Page of Wands. So there'll still be some. There will still be some, but not many. Has he lost some more? Yes. But oh my gosh. It's like people like Caitlyn Jenner, who grew up with such privilege. And then when they decided to transition, they just thought they could keep all their privileges. Why shouldn't I just keep all my privileges? What, other people are hurting? What, other people find this hard? What, it's hard? I have money. Oh, Shockwave, I'm sorry. I've got my questions for today. I'm sorry. But do throw things in before I start. Tomorrow I'm here 365 days of the year, and I do want to answer your questions. All right, moving on. 125. Glenn Kirschner. 125. Kirschner seems much more confident that justice will prevail in holding accountable the big fish in the January 6th insurrection. Is there an energy shift that corroborates his feelings? Okay, is there a chance that the big names involved in the January 6th insurrection actually are going to be held accountable? I'm sorry, I've got to say something. Rochelle just put in the chat, I remember hearing a man who claimed he was Muslim saying he would vote for Trump for kitchen table issues, assuming he would still have a kitchen table. Unbelievable. Anyway, that Trump and his ilk are like this. I'm just, and there's some people who I understand in a misguided way might support them, but it's that these people have had any power in our country makes me crazy. Trump and this racist, homophobic, misogynistic, just bigoted, selfish. I'll stop. So are the big fish? Are the big fish January 6th going to actually face justice? Hello, Trump, the man. Ugh. 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles, Hanged Man, High Priestess, Death. Okay, first of all, I'm reading on a group, so I'm going to get an overall sense. I won't get specific. I'd have to read on specific people. Thank you, William. And this is us being happy that there's some movement. This is the argument I'm getting. I got this earlier too. This is the argument of, well, I hardly did anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Why everybody's getting so upset? I mean, I wasn't trying to destroy our country. I was just trying to make sure there was a fair I didn't do much. So I think of your arguments, hush. Yeah, that's not going to work. And this is secrets being the end of them. Their secrets coming out. Their secrets being dragged out into the light in future. So there's more coming. Believe it or not, there's more coming. So at least that's more hopeful. So I think what we can look back on today is, well, one, Sarah's awesome. I think we can agree on that. And I think we can agree that what Putin's doing is unsustainable. What his military is doing is unsustainable. Okay, so what Putin's army is doing is, well, what Putin's doing is unsustainable. His military just isn't up to it. There are people who are going to be held accountable for the war crimes, even if it's not Putin himself. I don't know what happens to him. I just get where is he? And there is going to be some accountability. We're still waiting for the Supreme Court's ruling, doing their best to gut the 14th Amendment, and the January 6th committee, but the hearings may not happen until May, just because they're dealing with so much information. So hopefully, I wish we could get this started in April. But think of it this way: the closer it is to November, the more effect it's going to have on the midterm elections. So, all right. I'm wiped. But anyway, thank you. I've done I believe I've done my 12 questions for today, and I will be back tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. And yes, Kathy Anderson, hurry up and wait. Yes, don't let the Mars conjunct Saturn get you too hard. It's very much a things will happen where it's like panic, must act now. Wait, but I can't, but I should, but but so if there's the energy's doing that for you today, it's astrological. It'll pass. All right, so hang in there. You're not alone. We're in this together. Our souls are all the same. We're from the same place. All right, we're in this together. Hang in there. And Teresa 4, yes, red light, green light. Exactly. Thank you. I like that. Remember the dust bunnies under the big comfy couch? Used to play red light, green light. I liked the dust bunnies. They were cute. Anyway, hang in there. All right. And at 4 o'clock, I'll be over at Book Art Media, the Book Art Media channel. Do creative sprints. You're always welcome. Other than that, I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Thank you. Take care.